In this video, I'm going to show you the London breakout strategy. I'm going to show you what it is, who it's good for, and I'm also going to be sharing with you some back testing, which I've been doing on it. I've been back testing so far on 3 Forex currency pairs. And so far I've found that one works significantly better than the others. The other two had the same result actually with 63.63% accuracy, whereas the other one had an 80% accuracy. So I could see that there was some pairs that it does work better on than others. So at the end of this video, I'm going to be telling you which one it worked the best on. So the reason why I am interested in looking at the London breakout strategy is because I teach a lot of people who have full-time jobs and they want to obviously learn to trade in and around their jobs. And it's pretty difficult to transition from having a job into a full-time Forex trader, because obviously you need that money, you need that income coming in, and you kind of need that stability. So it's quite difficult for people to fit in Forex trading and to fit it into their routines. And what's great about the London breakout strategy is it just involves a couple of hours in the morning. So if you are busy and you obviously have to work in the day, then this can work really well for you because you can fit it into your routine. I live in the UK, so I've gone with the London breakout strategy, but what's also really great about this strategy is that you also have the Tokyo session and you also have the New York session. So you can fit it in with your day, even if you don't live in the UK and you don't have time in the morning. I have only been back testing on the London breakout strategy so far. And as I say, I've only been doing it on 3 pairs and I've only been doing that over the past month. So I feel like there's still a lot of work that needs to be done on this strategy. This is just the beginning of my back testing with it. But I wanted to share with you my progress and how I'm getting on and why I'm doing it. So if you're excited to get started, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, as it's good for the YouTube algorithm and it means I can carry on creating this free content for you. Also, if you are new to this channel, make sure you hit subscribe before we get started, as I bring out new videos on trading every single week. And if you are subscribed, then you'll be notified when they're out and you won't miss any of them. So first of all, I'm going to talk you through what the London breakout strategy is and how it works. So first of all, you have this indicator up called Sessions on TradingView. So if you type in Sessions, it's this one here by JRFX Addict. I've starred it, so it's one of my favorites, and it's this one that comes up here. And what it does is it just makes it really clear and easy to see what session you're in. So this purple block here is the Tokyo session. This green one here is the London session, where you kind of get this sort of weird color here. This is when London and New York overlap, because the pink session is the New York session. So you have the 3 main session times, and then obviously you have this period here when London and New York overlaps. So it makes it very clear to see what session you're in. So with the London breakout session, you're looking for coming out of the Tokyo session and into the London session. So often what we have in the Tokyo session is often an accumulation phase. This isn't always, but often it can be. And then as you come into the London session, it does end up often breaking out in a direction. So the idea of this strategy is to try and catch that breakout. So for this strategy, you want to be on the 30-minute time frame, and you want to set the support and resistance parameters for the last 4 hours of the Tokyo session before the London session. So the last 8 candles on the 30-minute time frame. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can see I've marked on there the highs and the lows. So take into consideration the wicks as well as the body. Then the next thing you want to do once you've marked on those parameters is wait for a candle to either break above or below them, and then wait for a candle to close in the same direction. So you're going to obviously find that there are days when this doesn't happen, when you don't get a break above or below. And then you're also going to get days when you don't have a confirmation, meaning that you don't have a candle closing in the same direction. So here you can see we have a breakdown out and then a candle in the same direction. So 2 candles which are closing lower than they opened, closing below the breakout session. For example, if this second candle here had been a candle that was closing higher, so it was a candle which was moving upwards, then we wouldn't have a confirmed entry and we would just move on. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to set your stop loss and your take profit. So this strategy has a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 3, meaning that for every pip that you risk, your reward is potentially 3 times that. So what you want to do is you want to measure the distance of the high and the low in the last 4 hours of the Tokyo session. So you want to measure how many pips is between here and here. I measured this one earlier and I know it's 166, but I can't do the maths off the top of my head. So let me just get on my calculator now and do 166 times 3. So that's 498. So you want to put 1 times this distance away from the entry as your stop loss. And then you want to times this distance by 3 and put that number away from your entry price as your take profit. So let me just draw that up for you. You can use this tool. Oh, I went to the wrong one there. You can use this tool, short position. So your entry price is here. So when this one closes, so let's just put that there. Your stop loss is going to be 166.8, that'll do. And this one's going to be 498. So this is going to be a big win. Nearly there, nearly there. Up at 499. Can we get it up one? There we go, that'll do. And then let's move it across because it doesn't actually hit for a few days. There we go. So it hits 4 days later. So can you see what we've done is we've marked on the support and the resistance levels. You've waited for a breakout in the London session of the level either above or below. Obviously, if it was above, you would take a buy position on this trade. In this instance, it is a sell position. You've got the break below plus the confirmation candle, which is another candle closing in that same direction on the 30-minute time frame. You want to then measure the distance between here and here. So the distance between the last 8 candles in the Tokyo session. In this instance, it was 166. That is your stop loss distance away from your entry price. So that's here. So you can see this amount here is the same distance as from here to here, but it's just a little bit lower because this was your entry price down here. And then your take profit is 3 times the distance that your stop loss was. So this one would have got you 498 pips, and that would have been 4 days later. So you would have had to wait quite a while for that one, but it would have been worth it in the end. So now let's have a look at some of the pairs that I have been back testing on this one. So I've only done 3 pairs and I've only done it over the past month. So obviously as good practice, you want to do a little bit longer than a month. This was just me journaling my progress with this. I will obviously go back and I will do a lot more months and I will do a lot more pairs. So if there are any pairs that you're particularly interested in this strategy, then make sure you let me know in the comments below, and I will be doing updated videos on this strategy. But for now, this is what I've been doing. And there are also a few little things where I'm thinking, oh, maybe we could adjust that and maybe this would get better results. Because obviously with the stop loss, there are some instances when it hits, but it hits the stop loss at 1R, but it still moves in that direction. And maybe if it was 2R, it wouldn't hit the stop loss and then move in the direction. And then there's also things I put, yes, I think, check. And I think what that was, if I can remember correctly, is that it broke out, but it wasn't the first candle to break out into the London session. It was like candle 4 or something. And I thought, oh, does that count? So there are some things with this where I want to just check and adjust it and make sure that I go through all of the stop losses and take profits and make sure that I am getting the best results as possible. And that often does happen with strategies, is you do have to test them and do a bit of trial and error and tweak them a little bit to get, you know, a much better result. But these are the pairs that I've done it on so far. So it's pound dollar, euro pound, and the pound Japanese yen. So on the pound dollar, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades. So out of 10 trades, 8 of them, so you see the green ones are obviously trades that would have won, and then the red is ones where they would have hit stop loss. So these are all trades that would have had confirmation, and these are ones where you would have got a confirmation, but it would have hit your stop. So this one, I did 10 trades and 2 of them would have hit stops. So that means 8 out of 10 would have worked. On this one, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this one, 11 trades would have been triggered. 4 of them wouldn't have worked. And on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this one's the same. This one had 11 trades triggered and 4 of them would have hit stop loss. Now, if you can't do the maths yourself, I've done the maths for you. So this one had 80% accuracy. So that's the pound dollar. Worked significantly better than these 2, which had 63.63% accuracy on both of them. It was the same on both of them. I imagine, obviously, if I do the last 3 months of back testing on these pairs, then I'm sure that number is going to change slightly, because obviously when you have more information, you get more variations of things. So far I can see that it does work reasonably well. I mean, definitely really well on this one, on the last one. There are a few things that I will say about it. So for example, can you see here, if this was the only pair you were trading using this strategy, there would have been like 2 weeks here when you wouldn't have got any trades triggered. So that would have been slightly disappointing. And another thing which I think would work quite well for this strategy is, obviously, once I've back tested all the pairs and worked out which pairs it does work pretty well on, then the next thing I would want to do is maybe set up on TradingView alerts. So when the price has actually broken the support or the resistance lines, I get notified. And that way, I think it would be a lot easier to monitor. I will keep you updated on how I get on with the back testing, but I just wanted to share my progress with it and show you what I was doing and how to trade the strategy. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, make sure you give this video a little thumbs up, as it's good for the YouTube algorithm and it means I can carry on creating this free content for you.